This is part 2 in my series on the use of to-do lists. So, is the to-do list dead? As I noted in the first part of this series on to-do lists, if you want to be successful, at regular intervals, you need to review your goals and how you're going to achieve them. What I find though is that people often only plan what to do each morning, or they do longer range planning such as yearly, monthly, or weekly planning and just stop there. The problem with either of these is that you often end up spending most of your time on what Stephen Covey calls the thick of thin things. We often get caught up in all sorts of things that may or may not be in line with our values, goals, and mission. But how do we prevent this from happening? One thing is the proper use of a to-do list. I'm Dr. Friesen from Friesen Performance, where I help you achieve your greatest potential by optimizing your psychology, physiology, and neurology. In my previous videos, I went over how relying on inspiration to keep you motivated is not enough. I reviewed how the most successful people make their daily decisions about what to do with their time based on their goals and values and not based on their motivation, energy levels, or what their mind says they can and cannot do. I also reviewed how our brain's dopamine reward pathways are being hijacked by technology and how we need to spend more time in what Stephen Covey calls quadrant 2 activities. These are activities that are important but not urgent. In my first video on to-do lists, I went over how using them frees up your brain's RAM, or what's called working memory, and how checking off what's on your to-do list gives you a sense of accomplishment and gives you a sense of closure. But of course, making to-do lists that are not informed by our values, mission, and long-range goals won't help us achieve the right goals for us. So when's the optimal time to make and look over your to-do list? I recommend that each night you look over your weekly plan for what you schedule the next day, and then you make your to-do list. When you do this the night before, there's still distance and perspective on the next day. If you only check your plan or make your to-do list in the mornings, you may have already been bombarded with emails and other things that can get in the way of you accomplishing your weekly plan. You may also feel tired and unmotivated when you wake up in the morning. It helps to have a set of written reminders of what you said you would do for that day. So when you wake up, you've already accomplished the most important task of your day, which was making your to-do list. Each morning, begin with a look at your written out to-do list that was developed with your weekly plan in mind when you had more perspective the evening before. Do this before you check your email or voicemail or get caught up in time-consuming tasks. If you wait to check your to-do list after doing these tasks, you could get sucked into a rabbit hole of seemingly urgent but possibly unimportant things when it comes to your goals and mission. Practice saying no to these things and yes to your bigger goals. The more you do this, the easier it will become. But at the same time, important things that are urgent will crop up. These are things that you're going to have to deal with to prevent them from leading to bigger problems. For example, if you have an urgent deadline at work, it could be career suicide to put it off to work on your bigger goals. Or maybe you're an athlete and you notice a strange pain in your knee when you're training. Even though you may have set a goal to train at a particular intensity each week, it would be foolish to try to push through the pain. It may even be career ending. Or you may get a call that a loved one is in the hospital. I think we can all agree that your to-do list can wait. So you have to be somewhat flexible. At regular intervals throughout your day, you need to check your to-do list to see how you're doing. One way to do this is to program a repeated reminder into your smartphone. It can be as simple as having it go off at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m. with a reminder to check your to-do list. That should be enough to help you remember to check your to-do list. Of course, your to-do list has to be informed by your short-term and long-term goals, your values, and your purpose and mission in life. For help figuring these out, stay tuned for upcoming videos, or take a look at my book, Achieve. Find out who you are, what you really want, and how to make it happen. So put these tips into action and see how your motivation and productivity soars. Are you ready to put the to-do list to work? So get out there and take control of your destiny before it controls you. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to get more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. Share with friends or family that you think might benefit, and I'll leave a link to the first 2 chapters of my book Achieve in the description below. So until next time, keep moving forward.